All right, friends, do you want my number one most important piece of advice of something you need to do before you write your book? Well, if so, please watch this video. My name is Kelly Notaris. I'm the founder of KN Literary Arts. We are a one-stop shop, full-service book studio walking you from where you are now, wherever that is, to having a book in your hand. So visit us at knliterary.com and sign up for a free call if you want to chat with one of our editors. I also have been a book editor in the US publishing business for over 20 years, and during that time, I've amassed quite a bit of information that I share here for free on this YouTube channel. So go ahead and click the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you never miss a video. All right, today's video is just for nonfiction writers. Nonfiction writers only. If you're writing fiction, if you're writing children's books, this is not for you. This is only for those of you who are writing a book that is meant to help people, to guide them, to teach them, to translate something you have learned in your life so that other people can take advantage of it and be benefited by it. This video is for you. Those of you who are doing this, there is one thing that you are not doing that drives me crazy that I want you to do before you write your book. Okay, so I want to talk first about what a book is. A book is something that codifies information that you have in perpetuity. It is around forever. Maybe not forever, but it's around for a very, very long time. It is meant to be the last stop on your journey around that content. The last stop, not the first. So too often I have authors coming to me asking for help putting together a book on content they have never taught before. They have never written it down before. They don't know what order it should go in. They don't know exactly what they're wanting to say, but they think that it should be a book. And I love you all. Thank you for wanting to write books. I love books. They're my favorite thing. They're what my entire career is built on. But if you are writing a book that's meant to help people, you need to help people with that information first before you write the book. Why? Because even if it's just your story that you're sharing, the elements of your story, maybe it's a story overcoming an illness or, getting pregnant late in life, as one of our clients here, her book was about that. I feel like knowing that the content you have is going to land with an audience requires you to test out whether that content lands with an audience, okay? The amount of time, effort, and energy it takes to put a book together is a lot. Not to mention the investment that you're going to need to make it really good by working with an editor or a ghostwriter. And then the publishing process, whether it's looking for an agent and a publisher or self-publishing on your own, these things take time and life force. I want you to make sure you're spending that well. And the only way to know is to iterate your content before you start writing a book. So I will say that sometimes it's helpful to have the idea in your head that you're going to be writing a book, to start codifying your content, to start pulling together the stories that you have from clients and deciding which scenes from your own life you want to include, and coming up with the step-by-step process that you need. Because if you're writing chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, you need to figure out, well, what should go in chapter 1, what's in chapter 2, what's in chapter 3. It's a process you're figuring out. So sometimes the process of considering the book actually helps you work out that material. And if that's what you're doing, great. But I just want you to know that that's what you're doing. I want you to know that you are birthing a thing. You're not codifying a thing that you've been working with for a really long time that you already know works with actual real life people. So for the love of God, try your content out on real people before you put it in a book. You will learn so much. You will learn about what stories from your life resonate with people and what things they don't even need to hear about. You'll learn which step goes where. Like maybe you thought that step 1 was step 1, but it's actually step 4 and you needed to prepare the people with 3 steps that you didn't even know you needed first. You won't know that until you start working with actual people. So what's my to-do list for you? Number 1, I want you to actually work out the outline to your book, but first consider it to be the outline for some sort of a teaching that you're going to do. That might be a weekend in-person workshop. It might be an online 6-module once a week Zoom call. I don't care how you do it. It could be one-on-one coaching process that you work with people one at a time. I don't care how you work with people. I just want you to try it out on real live people before you codify it in a book. Even if you only do one round of a beta group, online course with it, you will learn so much. You will get stories from real live people. You'll know whether it actually works for other people. And that is going to be so informative as you put the book together. It will not only make sure that the content is solid and works for people in the long term, but it will also boost your confidence. I work with so many authors who the whole way through writing the book are so insecure about their content. Is this good? Is it enough? Is it going to work for people? Well, if you test it out on people and you process and practice and try again and see what works and try again and revise it with people, you won't have any of those questions when you're writing. You'll be like, I know this works because I've tried it out with people so many times and I've gotten so much feedback that it works. Now, I'm going to just say there's an objection coming up in some people who are watching this video, which is like, I don't have time for that. I have to get this book out this year. And my question is, why? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid is going to happen if you don't get this book out this year? What are you going to lose? What do you feel like is it just that you've been wanting to do it for 10 years and you promised yourself you would do it in this year, whatever year you're watching this video? If that's the case, I'm going to say, I don't think it's good enough. What I want you to change your idea around is I'm not going to get this book out this year, but I am going to run this content through the real life process of other people's experience at least twice this year. Then you won't have to, put it on your vision board that you're going to finish that book this year because you will have the content and it will just write itself. I promise you, you're going to be in such better shape. So much less insecurity, so many less questions, so much more content, so many great stories of success. So proof of the concept that you're putting in the book. I could go on and on about the value and benefits you will get from test driving your material first. But even without all of that, just trust me. You will have so much better success in the end. You'll have a better book that more people will read. You'll help more people. You will have more people coming to your company because they've had success with the book, wanting more from you. It'll just be a better experience, more successful for everyone involved if you test drive it a couple times first. But you can be the judge. So why don't you let me know in the comments below, is this something that you're willing to do? Do you have a really good reason that I could not possibly know that you have to get the book in print before you ever try the content on other people? What's your hesitation? What's standing in the way? Please let us know below. I want to hear from you. And if you want to have a conversation with a real live editor for free, please contact us at knliterary.com/schedule. We've got folks at the ready to talk to you who love talking about books and will happily argue with you about this point, but guide you in what the next right step is for you, regardless of where you are in your process. So check us out at knliterary.com. And in the meantime, happy writing.